Hi there! Are you tired of all of the noise and not being able to focus? You feeling off-centered? Then you're going to want to listen to today's talk. I'm talking about how to filter all the noise so you can feel more relaxed. Does that sound good? You can focus on what you really want and what's most important to you. If you don't know me, I'm Kelly Page, Certified Transformational Health and Nutrition Coach, and I help people feel lighter in their mind and body, whether it's extra weight in your belly or weight in your head. I want to help reduce the load that you're carrying so you can feel calmer and freer and happier. So let's talk about how to strip away some of the excess. There's a lot of excess here in the head, and here's why. The information that we take in one day is similar to the amount of information people used to take in a lifetime when Shakespeare walked the earth. Yeah, one day as compared to a lifetime. No wonder Shakespeare could write such amazing stories. He had a clear head. He didn't have all this other stuff going on. And no surprise, with all of this information that we have, our average attention span has gone from 12 seconds, which wasn't very long to begin with, to 8 seconds. Anyone still listening to me? Probably not. Your attention span is gone. You know what the average attention span of a goldfish is? Now, a goldfish is notorious for having very small attention span. The goldfish's attention span is 9 seconds. Ours is 8. Yeah. The goldfish is beating us. The goldfish doesn't have access to the internet, okay? So think about that. We have so much data coming in. Our brain is bombarded with information on an hourly, daily, second-by-second basis, and we don't have the bandwidth to take it all in. It is so much stimulation for our nervous system. We're in this constant fight or flight mode. You know what happens when you're in fight or flight mode? That's the mode that you go in when there's a bear chasing you and you want to be in that mode because you don't want to get eaten by the bear. But when you're in that state constantly, as many of us are right now, our cortisol remains high. We're in a heightened state of alert all the time. It means our stress levels are staying high. And that affects our sleep. When our cortisol is high, we can't sleep as well. You know what else it does? It stimulates our appetite, so we're going to want to eat more. And it lowers our immune system, which helps, our immune system helps us fight off diseases and keeps us strong. Needless to say, we want all of these things to stay strong, especially during this pandemic. Picture your closet. Imagine keeping everything you've ever had in your closet. You never got rid of anything. You just kept jamming more things in there. What would happen? Eventually, your shelves would break, right? They'd just kind of wither under the pressure, and you definitely wouldn't be able to find anything anymore. Think about that like your brain. If you're paying attention to everything online and in media, you couldn't do anything, right? You couldn't retrieve the memories. You couldn't have any clarity or focus or direction. If you don't have filters, you can't even hear yourself think. If you follow everything, you're following nothing. Or if you're only thinking about what's not working, that's all you're paying attention to. You're just, see, not working, nope, might as well just continue to eat. So you need to choose where you rest your attention. You need to steer and control things. You got to filter what's not necessary or relevant. We have 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day. We can't follow them all. We shouldn't follow all of them. We want to be the creators of our life. We don't want to be on autopilot, because when we're on autopilot, we just let stuff happen to us. We allow others to dictate how we spend our time or what we think or what we do. So what do we do about this? We have to know what we value, what our goals are, what we want in life. And when we're clear about these things and Shouldn't be a list of 72 things. You should have a couple clear values or goals, things you're aspiring to, and those act as your filter. Those are your gatekeepers, and that helps you focus on what serves you, and then you let all the other stuff, all the irrelevant stuff slide. Do you ever find yourself on Facebook and you're scrolling and then suddenly you're watching like a YouTube video of football training? Hey, and if you love football, then keep that on your list. I'm not into football, it's not my thing, doesn't light me up. But I have found myself watching these football training things, and that is not serving me. I'm not saying you can't go and do fun things every now and then, but there's just so much happening. At the end of the day, I want you to feel lit up and excited. So, I think a good example of this is email. I used to do this, I don't do this anymore. Get up first thing in the morning and I'm on email. On it, kind of on it all day. And you know what email is? Email is responding to other people's goals and wishes. When you're on email, you're just responding, you're reacting. And I'm not saying you can't check email, but make it purposeful, make it a certain amount of time, and then make sure you're working on what's important to you. And if you don't know what you want, you gotta get quiet. And this sometimes is the hardest thing for people to do, to get quiet. You might not even know what that means. That might just be turning off the TV, which is a really good start. Because there's so much going on, it's really hard to be quiet. And when you're not quiet, you can't listen to yourself, you can't hear yourself. One of my favorite ways to get quiet is by meditating, because meditating is simply pulling myself out of all the stuff that's going on and bringing myself back here, back to home base. It's not letting go and just completely clearing the thoughts in your head, because again, not possible. It's just getting quiet. It's getting you in better relationship and allowing you to know what's important out of your head into your body. It helps you become less reactive. You're not chasing thoughts, and you're present. So think about how you want to feel. That's one way I sometimes dictate my day. How do you want to feel? Do you want to feel lighter and free and calmer? Then stop chasing other people's things. Stop looking at Facebook and say, oh, they're doing that, I should do that. And oh man, they're so much better and this and that. Don't chase other people's stuff. Think about how you want to feel. If you want to feel light, what are you doing to support that? If you want to feel strong and energetic, what are you doing to support that? You can start with your feeling and then back end how you spend your day to make those feelings happen. So you want to get quiet, you want to get clear, you want to be able to listen to yourself. And when you listen, you also pay attention to your body and the signals it's sending. It's sending signals. People don't always listen. They say that half the people who come in and had a heart attack, they're like, oh yeah, I guess I had some chest pain for a couple weeks. They're like, oh, I just thought it was nothing, whatever. When you're in tune with yourself, you know when something is off. But oftentimes we're not that in tune and we're not listening because we're listening to all the stuff out there. It also helps because you can tell, are you really hungry or are you bored or are you just annoyed with the news, the pandemic, all of this stuff. Getting in tune allows you to make better decisions. Like, oh yeah, I'm just frustrated. Yeah, instead of eating, it's gonna make me feel better if I go take a walk or I go call someone, if I go vent, if I go write. I think journaling is a great thing to do, and you might not be a journaler, but there's something about pen to paper. I'm not talking about electronic keypad, but pen to paper. And you might just start writing about, I'm over the pandemic, I'm over this, I'm over that. But then eventually you keep at it. I feel like your subconscious sometimes just starts to speak and these words will come out and you're like, didn't know that was under there. So it's a way to, I feel like, give yourself another voice that you might not always do, right? We speak, but something about writing, which is just you, the pen, the paper, can be a different relationship. You can discover other things that are underneath, bring things to the forefront that you didn't know needed to be, could help calm your body down. So Here's how you're gonna avoid the noise and the chaos. You're gonna be clear on your values. Because when you're clear on your values, it's easier to make decisions. You know what you stand for, you know what's important, you know how you want to spend your time. And then focus on getting quiet so you can be really clear about what it is you want. And you can make healthier decisions because you're tuned into your body. You can tune into the little, oh, that's not right. Something doesn't feel right. Oh, I don't think I should eat that food anymore because this isn't feeling good in my belly. All of that happens when you get quiet and when you listen. Again, breathing, meditation is a great way just to drop from your head to your body and get clear on where things are. So get quiet, get clear, get clarity on how you want to feel, what you want to do, back your feelings, back what you do into your feelings so you can have an action plan like, hey, no, this is what I want. This is my purpose. This is where I'm going. And so when that football video comes up, if it's not your thing, you're like, no, not now, not later. You could save it to the weekend if you want, but make sure you're spending time on what you value and what lights you up and how you want to feel, because that will make all the difference. And it will help all of that other stuff kind of be like a blur because you're so focused on where you're going. This is what I want, and this is where I'm heading, and everything else, I'm just going to let it just breeze by me. So hopefully some of these practices will help you. And these are things I work with my clients one-on-one when I do health coaching. So if you want to go deeper on any of this, to get a little more lightness in your mind and body, reach out. I'll include a link. In the interim, stay clear, know what you want, know how you want to feel, and then let the rest go, slip away. All right, have a great day. Bye.